makeup lover and welcome to my channel. Or welcome back if you've already been here before. If not, my name is Malene and I'm a Danish makeup artist living in Barcelona in Spain. For today's two different looks, I pulled out these two, the holiday palettes that Natasha Denona came out with and Pat McGrath Labs. Of course, the Natasha Denona one is Roxa and the Pat McGrath Labs one is Starfall Seduction, the quint. So I want you to not only stick to one palette every time you make a look, play around and pick some colors from different palettes to make a look. Have fun with your makeup. And that's why I chose to use these two that are kind of in the same family because it's about the purple genre, it's about the violets and stuff like that. So if you want to see how I did these two different looks, then keep watching because I will show you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or you want to tell me if you remember to play and mix and match your palettes, then please let me know in the comment box. And of course, if you like videos like this, subscribe to my channel. It'll be awesome to have you join. Now, let's go ahead and do some makeup, shall we? With my flat definer brush, I am gonna use the pink moonstone from the Pat McGrath holiday palette as a highlighter here. Next color is the Eternal Ecstasy, also from the same palette, and I'm gonna use my Blender Pro from Sonia G to put that here as some sort of transition shade. And as you can see, when I put it on here, I only dipped very gently into the eyeshadow because I do not want this to be super, super powerful yet. I can change my mind, but for now, let's just start like this because it's easier to put on more color, more eyeshadow rather than removing. So I'm just blending it out here and diffusing it a little bit so it's very, very light and subtle. Dipped into the same color again with the same brush, and I am just going a little bit further down here, closer to my crease, or more or less in my crease here, and I am just gonna go back and forth. And still don't want this to be super powerful yet. You never know with me. I can easily change my mind because I have not yet figured out where I'm going with this look, but I'll find out along the way. I always seem to do just that. With the calligraphy inspired brush from reference, Shodo, let me see here, 02, I dipped into Cerise from the Natasha Denona palette, and I'm putting that here into the crease. And I'm just going back and forth, and this brush is so amazing for people with hooded eyes because with the tip you can really get in here and create depth without going overboard if you just use the tip of the brush. And as I always say in my videos, well, not every video I do, but most of them, then when you do a makeup look, always remember to look at yourself in the mirror like you meet other people when you do makeup, because sometimes when you are going like this, you're going too far up, and then when you look in your mirror, it's like crazy, or it can be like non-existing when you look straight ahead. So always during the makeup session, then remember to look yourself in the mirror directly so you can see how the look is doing, instead of just like a lot of people, they tilt their head back and then do the makeup, and then yeah, it's a little weird. So remember to do that for your own sake, so you can keep the control of where the eyeshadow and the look is going, in what direction. With my flat definer, I dipped into the Eclipse from the Natasha Denona palette, and this is the darkest color of the palette in the palette, and it's kind of eggplant or aubergine, as some of us say. It's very nice that we have that in the palette so that we can create some depth without it having to be the very bluish purple jacaranda color. This can also be used as an eyeliner. Instead of using black, if you want to put an eyeliner on your eyelid, for example. And now I'm just going around here, diffusing it a little bit. And I'm gonna mix it up to the previous color into the crease here, gently. Dip my ring finger into the brink from the Natasha Denona palette, and I'm just placing that here mainly on the middle of my eyelid, like so. On my Sonia G brush, the Builder S, I dipped into some Flutter, and I'm gonna put that here on the inner part that is missing some eyeshadow. I might want to lighten it up a little bit. I don't feel that it's really matching this brink. Dipped into the Dixie with the same brush. I'm gonna put that here on top so it gives it a little bit of a bluish look here in the middle and brighten it up a little bit, like so. I put on a little bit of concealer under my eye, and then I dip my soft definer into the Neptune Noir. And I'm just gonna use that as an eyeshadow here under my eye. Yeah, it's ending up being a little bit more dramatic than I thought in the beginning. Well, I think it's no surprise for anyone if you watch my videos before. And I'm just going back and forth very, very gently. And I am holding my brush. I'm just going to see, like, out here at the end to make the strokes super, super gentle. And now I'm just going back and forth to blend it out a little bit and into the top part. And here you see the first look with a little bit of mascara on. I'm now going to put on some false lashes. And here you see the first look with some natural false lashes on. I'm now going to go on to the second eye. With the second eye look, I'm also starting out with some highlighter under my brow. And I'm using the pink Moonstone with my soft definer brush. For this second eye look, I am going to start out with velour in my crease and a little bit above the crease here as a transition shade. And I'm just going back and forth with my Blender Pro from Sonia G. And I am just going to blend that out a little bit upwards here after I have laid down the color, as you can see. For this second eye look, I'm going to take a whole different route. I am going to put on the jacaranda all over my mobile eyelid here, and I am just tapping it on with my Builder Pro from Sonia G. And I am going all over the mobile eyelid here. And then I am gonna try and mix it into the velour, the previous color. And for now, it's like a smoky purple eye. With my ring finger, I dipped into the Violet Supernova from the Pat McGrath Labs palette, and I'm just tapping it on here on the outer part of my mobile eyelid, as you can see. It has almost the same color as Jacaranda when you look at it, but it has some glitter effect, like shimmering effects of small, I think it's pink and blue. So it makes this matte color come a little bit more to life. With the Shoto 00 brush, I dipped into the Stargirl, and please ignore the green color on the brush because I used a Yucca palette yesterday. And now you can see it's gonna light up the Jacaranda a bit. I had a ton of fallout, but that's okay. I am gonna put on some concealer anyway. For this look, I am gonna give it a little bit of an eyeliner here, and I am just starting from the outer part of my mobile eyelid, and then I'm gonna work my way inwards. And I'm just gonna use it here in the outer part, like so. Don't wanna exaggerate, just want some definition here. To not make this look too dark, I dipped my soft definer brush into the velour from Natasha Denona, and I'm gonna use that here under my eye. And this is, if you can remember how I started, after the highlighting shade, I put on this one right up here as my transition shade. So I am just like making it all come together now with the last shade here, and then I'm gonna give it a little bit of a highlight in the inner corner soon. Because there's so much shimmer and drama going on at this eye also, I am gonna put on the Phoebe, the matte color, with my Builder S, and use that as an inner corner highlight. And here you see the second look with a little bit of mascara on. I'm gonna give the look some false lashes too. And this is what the second look looks like with some false lashes. I'm going to zoom you out so you can see what the two different looks look like with a full face of makeup. And this is it. These are the two different looks with a full face of makeup. I'm now going to put my glasses on so you can see what it looks like with some glasses on. I'm also going to go through what I have on my face, of course. And as a foundation, I am wearing the House Labs foundation in the color 160. As a blush, I am wearing the Pat McGrath blush in the color Love Struck. Just a tiny bit. And as a highlighter, I mixed two of the colors from the Pat McGrath highlighting trio. I always mix the golden and the pink shade. Well, most of the time when I use it, and I love it. It's so underrated. It's so amazing. On my lips, I am wearing red. It's a Love Struck lipstick from the Lux Trans collection from Pat McGrath Labs, and unfortunately, it's discontinued. I put on a little bit of powder on top of that to make it a little bit more matte and to tone it down a little bit because it is a very powerful, beautiful color. I am just gonna put on a little bit of the Opulust in the color Lavendary because I love it so much. That's also discontinued. But maybe it'll come back in the world someday, you never know. So I am just giving a little bit of life back to my lips. So this is it. I hope you like these two different looks, or at least felt inspired in some ways to mix and match and play with your palettes. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or good ideas for future content, or you want to tell me if you remember to play with your palettes and mix and match, not only stick to one, then let me know in the comment box. And of course, if you like videos like this, subscribe to my channel. It will be awesome to have you join. Now, I want to thank you so, so much for taking your time out of your day to watch this video, and I wish you an absolutely amazing day. Thank you so much. Bye. Mwah.